amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm still really excited about this event. Had lots and lots of calls today with lots of people, and everyone's really pumped. And we've had some amazing feedback. However, on the day, we got a lot of great questions from all of you, and we'd like to answer them as NMDs tonight. There's 15 key questions, and what we're going to do is we're going to shoot off to NMD after NMD to answer these questions, and everybody's got 2 minutes each to answer. So we've got to get through these really quick. So write down as many notes as you possibly can, because you're going to get some supreme gold nuggets tonight. Okay. First question. I think this one's good for you, Tamara. What is the biggest sacrifice you've ever made in this business?
Nothing like off the bat, Nat. What's the biggest sacrifice that I have made in this business? Probably nights and weekends for a long time, well more than a decade, definitely nights and weekends. But this is a business that I chose to do in snatches of time. I chose to run it around a career because I wanted to be able to pursue my passion. So sacrificing nights and weekends for a consistent, persistent length of time is probably my biggest sacrifice. Sometimes I think my family, sometimes I think I wouldn't mind some time on the couch, time with the kids, but a lot of what we do for our families. And the greatest gift that I have from my family is they've given me permission to do this. But it is important to make sure that, you know, you do it in segments of time. So it might be a 12-week, 90-day plan that you do, or a 6-month run towards a goal. And, you know, you make that goal about something to do with the family, so you reward the family. So for me, yes, I have sacrificed time and on occasion family to do that, but it's with the greater intention of creating something for us as a family that it's been.
Great. Yeah, and I love that, because I used to have to say that to Taj all the time, like, mate, mummy's on the phone because we've got big dreams and mummy works from home, and this little tiny sacrifice is going to give us a lot of freedom. And he gets that now at 9 years old. He gets that. So never give up with the kids. Keep using that verbiage. Okay, Carla, I want to ask you, what's the best piece of advice you would give to a brand new startup?
Okay. Oh, God, it caught me just as I was scuffing my face. Right, don't do that when you're on a Zoom and potentially going to speak any second. That's my first piece. No, I think, honestly, plug into the community and listen to your upline and your sponsors. I think that was pretty much what I did. I spent my time at whatever events were happening and that I could be. And it was very little as opposed to now, but I was always there, whether it was my day off, whether I was rushing there before a dance gig, whether it was, my whole Sunday. And, when Nat said you need to get to conference, I went to conference, and when Nat said you have to beat your first Australian one, I'll be honest, it was in Perth, and I was like, all weekend, but I went, okay, she said I have to be there, I got to be there. So that's really it. Like, be teachable, be coachable, and plug in. Because when you do that, you get the best out of yourself, but you also get the best out of everyone around you. And that's what, like Saturday was for. It fuels your fire. That's what helps you to, when you're still used to it, and you might not be completely in love and obsessed yet, it constantly reminds you, that's why I want to do something. That's why I got to call the person. That's why I've got to turn up. So just feed into your upline, your sponsor, your community, and what's around and available to you.
Beautiful. All right, now this is going to throw you, Caitlin, but what would you say to somebody who's a brand new startup? They've got to DVF, but they've gone stagnant. They're sort of teetering between, can I do this or can I not?
I love this. Okay, so what I would say is I'd go back to that conversation with the person, and I would say, what interested you at the very start when you wanted to sign up? You got to go way back, guys. You got to peel the layers. Like, what got you interested? Why were you inspired to join my team? You could have joined Tamara or Ben or Harry or anyone. Like, why did you choose me? What was it that you wanted from me? And have I maybe not delivered to that level of expectation? Some people come in thinking they're going to make $1,000 in the first month and you're going to do it all for them and they don't even have to do a single thing. So you want to peel the layers back, go back to them and say, you know, what did you expect? What were the outcomes you wanted? What goals did you want to achieve? You know, sometimes someone might miss their first $100 bonus and they feel quite let down because they've missed that bonus. You just say to them, look, we're going to restart your business. We're going to go straight for the 400 SDVF bonus. I hope that answers the question, Nat, but I'd always just go back to what's their initial investment and why did they want to get started.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now this is a good one for Val. Val, what is your daily non-negotiable?
All right, so I glass of water. My daily non-negotiables are to connect with 5 new people every single day. I think sometimes we think that just talking about Juice Plus or the mission or just posting on Facebook is going to get those beautiful customers or those beautiful team members, but actually having that conversation with someone is so important. So then you've got to find out, well, how do you do this? It's connecting on Facebook. If you're someone that loves face-to-face, do you have those coffee catch-ups planned during the week? Are you someone that loves talking on the telephone? Do you have time blocked out in your day, every day, to be talking to someone? So making sure you're having those conversations, connecting to new people every single day is an absolute non-negotiable.
Yeah, beautiful. It's almost like these questions have been written for you guys. I love it. Okay, all right, Bron, I'm going to give you this one. We're changing it up. What is your one golden nugget that's changed everything for you in the last 20 years in business?
What is my gold nugget? Okay. My biggest gold nugget is to always stick with your mission, your purpose, but mainly your goal. What is your goal? What's going to drive you every single day? And that's got to be your gold nugget, because you have to, this business can be very, very lonely if you are doing it on your own and you're not feeding into the bigger community. So what I would say to you all is you've got to have a buddy. You've got to have a buddy. That's one of the biggest things that everybody should have. And why do I say a buddy? And that's a piece of gold, to make sure that you actually have a buddy, because that person is going to be the person that's going to light you up when you're feeling low. That person is you're going to have fun with. You can have, you can all the times you have these moments where you feel like you've made a mistake and they laugh at you and make you feel good. They also make you very, very accountable. So if you say you're going to ring somebody or you're going to do the five calls like Val's suggesting, and you haven't done it, they're going to make you accountable, but in a loving way. So that to me is a big piece of nugget, in the fact that, think about that. Go get yourselves a buddy, get yourself a goal, a monthly, weekly. And that to me is what those gold nuggets are all about.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I love that. And you know what? It's so true. Every NMD here will tell you their fastest pace growth, the part in their business where they grew the fastest was when they locked arms with somebody, and it was so much fun that they were doing it together. And so, that's I love that, Bron. Thank you. All right. This is a really good one for Anika. Anika, are you there? She's not there. Okay, I'm going to give this one to Abby. Abby, what does a successful DMO look like to you?
Nat, she is there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. I just can't find her, but her
There we
name's
go.
there.
Yeah, sorry. I couldn't unmute myself. I've got a printer going on in the background.
Oh, that's okay, babe. So what does your successful DMO look like?
So for me, I think it's just doing, what I love it because it's the same thing that everyone says all the time, and it's really just making sure that you're getting out and making new contacts with people, doing the follow-ups. I think the biggest thing is your follow-ups, because so often we're so concentrating on getting out to those new people and making those new connections, but it's actually the follow-ups where you're getting the results. So I think really following up with everyone, always having events in the calendar, so inviting to events, and then really just creating content for Facebook and things.
Yeah, great. Okay, so anything to add to that, Anika? Or are you good?
That's my main DMO off the top of my head.
I'm just not seeing everybody on the screen. So, okay, so the next question I want to throw out to Tamara. This is a really good one because I think there's so many of us that can be good at customers or good at recruiting, but we don't feel like we're good at both. And I think Tamara's had so much experience that she'd be the one person that could answer this well. How does somebody who's great with customers be also great at recruiting?
Wow, that's a really hard question, but I think has a really simple answer. Decide in this business if the thing that has attracted you into this business is the product or the business, and lead with that story, because you need to be completely authentic. And if you came into this business because you love the product and you're a raving fan about the product and you just preach the product and you live the product and you walk that sort of wholesome lifestyle that really represents what our product is about, if you're then going to go and try and preach the lifestyle business and the business mentality, a lot of your target audience, a lot of your tribe that you have attracted are not going to be congruent with that. So I think make the decision. Now, there will be some people, and there are some people in our business who do both. But I still think if I look at all of our NMDs and all of our leadership, there tends to be a sway one way or the other. And you will find that if you are a product-driven person and you're tracked through the product, you'll still attract, you'll still recruit, because there will be people just like you who want to do the business and want to develop the community and have a bigger impact from the health and product perspective. Similarly goes the business. If your main driver is this business and you believe in the power of network marketing, you believe in compounding and leveraging, and this is a fantastic way for mums to build and business people to diversify, then don't necessarily lead with the living one simple change, because again, the audience that you are talking to will not be congruent with that message. So I think make that decision in your heart and your soul. Who is it that you're attracting? Lead predominantly with the product or the business, and you will definitely recruit from that, because there will be people just like you.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now, Abby, I want to come to you, but I'm going to ask this question to Val first, because I think she's the best person to answer this. Val, how does confidence come about in this business?
Good question. So, confidence comes from this amazing business by throwing yourself into it, to be honest. I think when we all start this business, we don't want to share our story, we don't want to maybe post online, but one thing that I have personally learned after 6 years is that you have to do the uncomfortable things to push through that boundary. So many people have seen my journey over the last 6 years, and I have done things that I have stood there shaking, quivering. I even forgot my daughter's name in a speech, and how terrible was that? But you know what? I laugh about it now, but I am so comfortable at talking and I love it, and you can't shut me up now. But you will have to do uncomfortable things to push through that barrier. I still get nervous every time, but I know I grow every time. So my best advice would be is do those uncomfortable things. Is it a Facebook Live? Is it customer care? Is it talking to new people? Is it saying, can I share my story at the next online event? Can I share at Dr. Tamara's event? Taking that 10 seconds of courage, you will grow so much.
Yeah, I love that. And we've all, as an NMD group, we've seen Val go from this amazingly timid, beautiful mother, so soft and so gentle, to being this explosive, incredibly confident leader. And that growth came from all of us leaning into her and really saying, we've got your back. And the whole team has got the whole team's back. That's what I love about this the most, is that honestly, if you want this and you tell us you want this, we will lean into you. So, you know, if there's a part of you that wants it and you're too scared to ask, just get over that one fear and ask for support, and we will help you. Now, Abby, when days are hard, how do you keep motivating yourself?
This is a really good one, right? When days are hard, look, for me personally, with the many challenges that have come through the business, staying motivated, I've always looked as it's a self-worth thing that you have to do, and no one can motivate you. Your team and the people around you, they can be your inspiration, but you've got to employ yourself every single day in this business, and you've got to, number one, check in with yourself every day. For me, when I stay those challenging days, sometimes I need to just to reflect on what I'm doing. I love to listen to someone like Tony Robbins or Robin Sharma, people that I can have that inspiration with. But I always have to look at myself and see, am I being the best player in my team? Am I putting on franchisees? Am I putting on customers? So I'm the type of person that would always reflect on, am I doing the do? And, you know, not necessarily put that onto anyone else. But for me, I get most of my inspiration when I see my team winning. So when I am in that down kind of thing, I just got to look and be completely grateful for all the amazing people in my team, and that really gets me fired up.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, Sunny, Hillary and Kim, we need to hear from you, and we've got 3 great questions, but there is a question here that I'd like to answer, if that's okay. And the question is how do you take a raving fan to a distributor? And I think just really, really quickly, it's just care about them and take them on a journey. I want to give you a great example. I've got a great customer named Sue Clark. She was in Survivor 2 years ago, and she was 5th before she got kicked out. She lost 20 kilos in Survivor and put on 20 kilos after Survivor, and she felt really flat. So we went on a 28-day juice cleanse together, and a lot of you would have seen that. Now, she went full 28 days juice only. I got to 21 and went to Bali and ate burgers. Anyway, they were lentil burgers, but I still cheated a little bit in the last week. But because I cared about her every single day, when we met up on Sunday, she said to me, I'd like to join the business. I feel so fantastic. I've watched my husband, you know, take this product with me, and he feels great. You know, my girlfriends are wanting it. I can't stop talking about it. And you've cared about me so much now. If this is what this business is about, I want in. So what are you prepared to do for your customers over and above what you think is required to create their story of health that they feel compelled to share it with the world? I think that for me has been my one thing that has helped me convert, you know, raving fans or even just normal customers into distributors. Okay, enough from me. Kimmy, with Facebook Lives, where do you post them? How often do you post them? And what's your key secret to that?
I can't see her on net.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. I'm going to switch. Hillary, how do you deal with difficult customers?
Actually, I don't deal with them. I love on them. I don't deal with them at all. So a difficult customer is always, for so many problems in our business, I use feel, felt, found. And I actually try, and I always agree with them. The customer is always right. And I try and see what the problem is. I also stretch the truth a little bit and say that this issue is really very rare and we need to be 110% in our service and our customer satisfaction. So I'd really like to get to the bottom of it. So please tell me the whole story and let me see how I can assist. So they're always right, feel, felt, found. I know how situation before, I would have felt disgusting and really shamed too. I'm really sorry that you've had that experience. Let me try and fix it or try and reassure you. And also let me learn so I can make sure that never happens to another person. Sometimes you just have to admit that things have gone wrong. But if it's a really difficult customer and you know it's a bit of BS, you still have to humour them. Whatever we do to a customer is affecting every single person in our business, because people will talk when things are bad. They won't necessarily say when things are fantastic. But, you know, we don't want people bad-mouthing our product or our company. We must look after them.
Yeah.
Sure if that helps.
Yeah, and you're still the best in the company at Customer Care Hill, and we love that about you. So thank you for that wisdom. Sunny, are you there?
I am.
Okay, you can do one of these questions. You choose. What is the advantage of finding a buddy? And I think we could change it to, what is it the advantage of working with your wife? Or what does it mean to be accountable?
Okay, so, I mean, buddy and wife, right? Let's put it in two different perspectives. What it's like to work with your wife is absolutely fantastic. It sets a new set of challenges amongst the relationship and everything we do, because we've had to put boundaries in place so that work doesn't consume us. And at the same time, we don't just decide to spend the whole day on the beach and do nothing. So there's certain boundaries, and that's pretty much down to a DMO, you know, making sure that every Sunday night we sit down and we block out our whole week of, like, for example, tonight, this is just a rock in the diary that's got to get done. You know, this is all part of the business. So that's one rock in the diary. So we sit down and we make sure that our DMO and everything is matching up really well, so that work, business, kids, everything is evenly balanced as best as it can, so that we all run as a family and we build a successful business. And in terms of a buddy, it's always awesome to have a buddy, especially with lads. Like, if a lad can grab another lad and you can incorporate stuff that you like to do and build business that way, preferably around beers and burgers in a good way. Lentil burgers, Nat. We'll do lentil burgers. But, you know, like, that's really cool. And first and foremost, you can see it with what you guys have created, the girls. You know, what you girls have been able to create in terms of, like, you know, buddying up with each other. It's incredible, and it's just so important.
Yeah, beautiful. And while you're if Sarah, are you on the call? Because I know you're in Singapore. If you're there, do you want to just chime in? No, Sarah is clearly on holidays. Sunny, I'm going to get you to answer this, because I think men answer this really well. What does accountability mean to you?
Accountability to me, I suppose it really means that every single day consistently you've got to do something towards your business. And so it might be a buddy, it might be somebody in upline that holds you accountable. So, for example, Valerie was never my accountability buddy, because every time Valerie told me to do something, I thought it was a nagging wife. So when I was going through my promotions, you know, Abby was the one who I'd have conversations with, and every Monday night was my chat with Abs and my little half-an-hour training powwow session with her every Monday night, because Val couldn't tell me, even though I think the girls secretly discussed exactly what I needed to work on. So they were pretty much going to tell me the same stuff. It was so much better coming from Abby rather than Val. So you need somebody to hold yourself accountable. Doesn't matter what business, what you're doing. Doesn't matter if you're working at a JOB. unless you're really the CEO, everybody's accountable to somebody else. And it's great to have that person to be able to lean on, to call on and say, hey, what do I do here? What should I do here? How can I succeed here? What's going wrong here? So I think you need that for accountability. And ultimately, it goes back to what Abby said. You really actually got to set the standard for yourself, raise the bar, and hold yourself accountable, right? You've got to look back on yourself and go, have I done a good job here? Have I done enough here? You've really got to be able to hold yourself accountable and be able to hold your head high every day, right? That you've done something towards building the future and the life that you want with this company, this business, and this product.
Yeah. And I think the last thing that we really need to talk about before we go, and I think we need to really lean on either Bron or Tamara, and maybe you both want to say something in regards to this, because after I looked at the 100 feedback forms I got from the event on the weekend, the panel that people loved the most was the Legends panel. People want to know about longevity. They want to know about the history. They want to know why people stay in this for so long. So I want to ask this question. What has kept you both in this business for so long?
Do you want me to start?
Go for it, babe.
I'll start. And I actually think I need to give credit to Sonny here, because I listened to one of his Lokes calls. I just kind of listened in. And I think he actually has said it perfectly for me. This business, this Juice Plus virtual franchise business that we have, it ticks all the boxes. You have a product that has stood the test of time. This is a 25-plus-year-old product. And as Sean said, they are constantly looking at innovation around the product itself. They don't want to expand. They don't want to do shampoos. They don't want to do smelly oils. They don't want to do floor cleaners. They just want to keep the same message about the power of fruits and vegetables, but make it even better. So, you've got a product that is second to none as far as the research goes, as far as the scientific backing goes. And it's such a simple concept. It's for everybody. Like, there is not a person on this planet for whom this product is not suitable for. So I think that's the most outstanding thing about this. And, hats off to Jay Martin, who throughout his entire career, and I'm going to come to him in a sec, has chosen products that are leading edge. And this just happens to be the most leading edge product that he's ever chosen. The second thing is, we have a company that is debt-free, in double-digit growth every month, is free-owned by the guy who's still the head of the company. We're not beholden to shareholders. And if you look at the people at the head of the company, they've been there for decades. Like, even Sean has been there longer than I have, more than 20 years. So, and that's unusual in business today. People move around a lot. So, we have a company that has stood the test of time. And there are not a lot of network marketing companies that are like that. We have a business plan that works. Like, for anybody who turns around and says, oh, our business plan is better than yours, like, it doesn't matter, because this company has created millionaires. So we know this business plan works if you go to work. Like, Drags made that really, really clear yesterday. So it's the product, it's the company, it's the marketing plan, but more importantly, it's the community. This is a community that is constantly feeding in. And hats off to Celine for seeing the vision and just sewing in so many different ways to build this company in Australia and New Zealand, and for Peter and Louise to, have the foresight to link arms with her. So that is why I stay connected. That is why I will not, in this network marketing profession, I will never jump companies. I will be one of those network marketers that stays loyal to this company for the rest of my network marketing career for those reasons.
And Bronnie,
mic drop.
Mic drop. and Bronnie, just
okay.
I would love to hear from you a different angle on that, because I know you two are mother and daughter, but you are very different too.
Okay, I totally agree with what Tamara has already shared with you. She's painted you a picture. But for me, because of my why, And my why has always been around building people. My why was to be debt free, was my big why. But to me, my driver and what drives me every day is the fact that what I want for women. I shared with everybody my vision from the US, and it's to show women how to be financially independent and have life choices. Now that is what gets me up every single day and go to work, because we have so many women in the world that need our help, and be able to raise them up and give them confidence and give them belief in themselves. And this business, this company, this vehicle is the perfect thing for them. And that is what drives me every single day. So that my job's not done. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy of that we have it inspired as many women as I possibly can. I'm sorry, Sunny, and all the beautiful men that I can see on the call tonight. But as I said, on Saturday, you guys need to be successful. Go bring women into your teams. So that's what drives me every day, Nat.
Yeah, and that's why we're so close, because I loved that vision from you, and that was something I wanted too. I just wanted to help women. So, look, I think we need to end the recording now, T, and we only